So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 4 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now the stories I wanted to cover for this video includes a PlayStation 5 game upgrade dropping tomorrow, the big PlayStation VR 2 launch with another source backing, possible first tease for the state of play tomorrow, and God of War gets a graphics upgrade. First, yes or no, are you watching the state of play tomorrow or not? When I asked the question about your hype level for this week's state of play on Monday, I saw a good chunk of people putting 3 or 4s out of 10, etc. And I'm wondering if that means some of you won't be watching. I'll be tuning in tomorrow for sure, but of course that's just me. What about you guys? So comment below, yes or no, if you're going to be watching tomorrow's state of play or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the first story of the video, PlayStation 5 game upgrade dropping tomorrow. Reading from Push Square, it's finally been confirmed Assassin's Creed Origins is getting its long awaited PS5 update on the 2nd of June. That's actually sooner than we were anticipating. We were betting on it dropping when the open world title hits Xbox Game Pass next week. A nice little surprise then, the patch will allow the PS4 game to run at 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5. So, I'm not the biggest Assassin's Creed fan, not really a fan at all, but I've been wanting to jump into the later games like Origins, which I did buy a while back but never started, so this might be the time to jump into the game. It would have been a nice touch if they made it a full PS5 upgrade with adaptive trigger and haptic feedback support, but of course, I'll take this too. Now, diving into the second story of the video, the big PlayStation VR 2 launch. The PlayStation VR 2 is set to be showcased tomorrow for the first time with actual gameplay as opposed to what we've seen so far, which isn't very much at all besides the 30-second, I think it was 30-second or less, snippet of Horizon Call of the Mountain. Since Sony announced this event, we've been getting more PlayStation VR 2 information, with the latest being another source pointing towards its launch. Reading from Video Game Chronicle, Sony may release PlayStation VR 2 in the first quarter of 2023, according to a tech industry analyst. Minchi Kuo, an analyst at Hong Kong-based TF International Securities, tweeted that he believed the headset may start mass production later this year with the potential launch in the first quarter of 2023. My latest supply chain check suggests that the assembler and several component providers of PlayStation VR 2 will start mass production with about 1.5 million units shipments in the second half of 2022, he claimed. Sony may launch it in Q1 2023, depending on the development schedule of PlayStation VR 2 game titles. So PlayStation VR 2 now has a more accurate number for launch. I believe it was 1 to 2 million before. Now it seems set for 1.5 million for launch. This is a big number because PlayStation VR 1 passed 1 million in like 9 months after it launched, with a much bigger install base with the PlayStation 4 at the time when it released compared to the PlayStation 5 right now. Sony seems confident with PlayStation VR 2, especially confirming over 20 plus major first and third party titles for launch as well. Now, in terms of the release date, I just hope Sony gives us that information officially sooner rather than later, but Q1 2023 was first called out by PlayStation VR 2 without parole, and now we have Minchi Kuo backing that somewhat. I still hope both of them are wrong here, but you guys let me know if you're excited for PlayStation VR 2 or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the third story of the video, state of play possible first tease. So this is a quick story here and just a possibility. The people over at Arrowhead Games could be teasing the first reveal of Helldivers 2. They recently put a Twitter post talking about eating bugs as a sustainable way of living. They mentioned that they like to eat their bugs out of an alien egg with cheesy dip. That sounds amazing. For people who don't know, Helldivers 1 is a 4-player co-op top-down shooter fighting, you guessed it, aliens. The studio dropped a tease last year via the Helldivers Twitter account that had some type of encrypted message that I personally haven't seen someone decrypt yet, but it's still up there if any of you want to tackle that. We know that Helldivers 2 is real because it was on the Nvidia leak, and that list has pretty much become gospel at this point. The games listed on there have been confirmed multiple times, and Helldivers 2 was listed on there. Now, the thing that's more intriguing about Helldivers 2 is that it seems to be getting the housemark treatment, as we've seen job listings from Arrowhead, the studio that makes the game, mentioning third person. So similar to housemark, where they went from top-down shooters to Returnal, a third-person shooter, this could happen here as well for Helldivers 2. With the state of play happening tomorrow, focusing on third party, I wonder if this game could be there as well. And now diving into the final story of the video, God of War graphics upgrade 2.0. So we've spoken about FSR 2.0, Fidelity FX Super Resolution, recently on the channel with Forspoken, set to get it on PlayStation 5 later this year when the game drops, if it's not delayed and they switch it for Final Fantasy 16, but that's a whole other situation. FSR is a tool used to upscale games, allowing for higher frame rates while keeping the quality of the image. FSR 2.0 is a big step from 1.0 from last year, and tests have revealed great results, with AMD claiming it'll keep the quality similar to native or be better, meaning you could have an upscaled image to 4K, and that 4K image is actually 1440p, but it looks as good as native 4K. But of course, it's not native 4K, meaning with the extra resources available, you can now have the game run at a higher FPS. Instead of 4K 30, you're running the game at 4K 60. And if it was at 4K 60 before, maybe 4K 90, you're running the game at that. And then comes in God of War PC. It has been confirmed with the latest patches that for the game that it now supports FSR 2.0, and according to WCCF Tech, it's the third game to support FSR 2.0, with the first game being Deathloop, and the second game I think it's a simulator, but it's the third game to support it. So it seems like Sony Santa Monica is really interested in giving the PC game space the best tools available to run the game how they want it. But this has me wondering if Sony Santa Monica has considered using FSR 2.0 for God of War Ragnarok, because I assume the tool is now implemented in their engine. So would they want to bring it to Ragnarok, or do they have a better in-house solution when it comes to the console space? So for the PlayStation 5, maybe they have their own internal solution that's equivalent to FSR 2.0, or maybe they could implement FSR 2.0 for God of War Ragnarok. With FSR 2.0, the game could run at 4K 60. While it is upscaled, just like I stated before, the picture quality would look close to native, so you won't notice it. However, you will notice the game running at 60 FPS. But you guys let me know if you think FSR 2.0 will be used for God of War Ragnarok or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. As it always helps to subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with tomorrow is the day. This is pretty much self-explanatory. Tomorrow is the state of play event, the first look at PlayStation VR 2 and third-party content. I'm personally very excited for it. If you are as well, destroy the comment section with tomorrow is the day, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.